All right, let's do this. So you guys are already, you already knocked through the letters. Great. So this will be mostly just to go over the leg layouts and for install. This is for fab, to like do the raceway and stuff. And then for install to kind of show you what's up as far as the pattern and kind of what I'm looking at as far as putting this raceway up. So let's go over that. So it's pretty straightforward. It's very similar to what you've already done on the other two bigger sets. You got your cut list here. You got 75 inches, 2x2 by 3/16. So, and you got a bunch of little legs down here. So first thing is you're going to just drill all your holes for your mounting and power. Wait until you do all of this before you cap, before you loads the caps on. Do that last, you know, do our welding, do our heat, all that. So I already went over that with Adrian. I went ahead and gave you the 3-siders so you can just link them up, just, you know. So I'd say I got to set up for 5/32 pilots all the way through. So you're going to take half of them are just going to be for mounting, and then the other half will have power. So this you'll see where this has, you know, two M's for mount, and then the power is there. So you'll just link it up, do your powers or do your mounts on the front and the back. Go ahead and flip it both sides for mounts, and then take 5 of them and designate those as power sticks, and then go ahead and do your little pilot hole there for your power. And then the next step will be open them up. You could probably get away with 9/16, but let's do probably 5/8 just so we have maximum wigglability, because by the time we get the plates on there, who knows what's going on with the wall. We might need some adjustability up here. So let's take all the mounting holes, both sides, out to 5/8. And then the power posts, again, the 5 that you designate, go ahead and take those out to 7/8 on the face, and then nothing on the back yet. And then take those 5 that you did for power, flip them over, and on the back side, so you'll have their face side here. On the back side, you're going to come down 4 feet, 48 inches on center, nice and easy. Make your mark and take that out to 7/8. That's on the back side. So that'll do it for your power and running your, you know, doing all the holes and all that. And then from there, you'll go ahead and do your measurements. Again, don't cap them yet. Go ahead and do your measurements for your little legs. So you're going to take your 20 mounting plates here, take your little 4-inchers, and I would go ahead and obviously burn the little legs together first. Go ahead and put the legs on the plates, and then lay this out. So you got 41.5 to on center of your first leg, and then you have 31.5 from on center to there, or from the top you have 73 on center. So you should, if everything works out, you should have around 1 inch of play right here. So that should all work out. Basically the bottom cap should be even with the plate. So we should be good there. You'll have your power hole out the back side, double check yourself, and then on the front is, you know, that's the front side on the face. So get those laid out. Go ahead and burn those up real good. Make sure they're as accurate as possible, because we're going to be relying on each of these individual legs and plates to be lining up to a paper pattern that goes on a wall. So like I said, just accuracy as best you can. Make sure you're nice and accurate. Double check your work, double check the measurements, everything's good. So once you get these all welded up, sort of, you know, cut, drill all your holes, and then do your layouts, burn these up, then you can go ahead and it's just simple cap. I sent you over caps. Just lords them up, cap them up, make them look nice, and we're done. So that part of it's all done for you guys. Then we'll move on to the raceway. A little different, but it's basically just a rivet together raceway. You'll have, let's look at the side profile. So in blue, you'll have a 1-piece there. So that's kind of the big boy here. So you'll clamp this side, and then you'll clamp the little ledge, and then that gives us some watershed there. And then you'll have this purple part here will be an internal piece, like a C channel that goes inside. And that's here. So I got that flipped so it fits. So and then you'll have little access ports in the front, and so you'll slide that in, boom, boom, and then from the bottom you'll have another C that gives us a cavity on the bottom, and that's these guys here. So you'll see I have it's arbitrary whether it's like you're looking at it from the back side, you'll have left on this side and you'll have right on that side, and then M is middle. So that's basically it. So bend this over there, put this on the inside, and then put this to the bottom. And then it should all rivet together. You go from inside here, you go rivet from the bottom up, you rivet from the top down, and then that'll hold all that together. And then you can rivet from the back along the bottom edge here, So you can see where blue is rivet. So you'll have blue rivet. That's all on the back side. So it's just a quick rivet, all that. And then your end caps, you'll have a right side end cap and you'll have a left side end cap. Those go with cavity on the outside, right? So it'll go like this and come inside like that. You'll be able to rivet on the back and you'll be able to rivet on the top and bottom. And then that secures that. There's no rivet on the front because then the door just slides up and it's got to be smooth. So you can see where magenta right here is, that's our door. So it'll slide up and then you'll just hit it with a screw on the face. So the orange right here, those are all your screws along the bottom. That's your doors right here. So you have left, medium. I have them flipped here because you have to route them face up or whatever, or face down. So anyway, so you got your front door there and you got your front door there. This is going to be purely for just black, white, and green, 100% primary. As you know, you're making the letters. All the switches and power supplies will be in each one of these, just like at the park. So we're trying to keep this, straightforward and try to keep UL happy. So, and then once the letters are installed, then it's going to be a matter of just sort of self-tapping that along. You're just going to, install is going to line up the 7/8 holes, and that's going to essentially kind of show them where this needs to be. And then they're just going to use the access, the ability to access through, and they're just going to self-tap into each of the legs where they can get, they get in where they can fit in. So that brings that, you get all that fired up. The middle ones are the same as the ends. So you see you have an R for right because it doesn't have a rivet. It only has a rivet on the back. These two, I have rivets on both sides just because, but you're not going to rivet the front. But these are the middle ones. So you want to make sure that they face each other with the cavity this way and then the cavity this way, right? So there's like a pocket right here. And then this hole right here will allow them to run wire through. So just make sure those go in the right way, but you can see the orange there. So but these are kind of symmetrical. So just choose the way they fit, but you can rivet on the back and you can rivet the top and rivet the bottom. Just don't rivet the face because otherwise the lid won't fit. Anyway, so once these two are, like I say, they'll be separate. They'll go out separately. But once you get those riveted up and everything, I imagine we'll want to paint them. So we'll probably just send it to paint and you'll be good to go. So I think that'll take care of it for fab. Get your sticks done, out to paint. Get the Raceway done, out to paint. Now, when it comes time to send these out for install, I think what we can do is get these all ready so that way they're pretty much done. Fabrication can. So go ahead and put your GE in there, get your switch, and then I'm thinking coordinate with install. Go ahead and put your 1/2-inch hardware, put the legs on, and then go ahead and wire up a leash for them. So go ahead and do white, black, green, hook it all up, come on out, and then chase it out with maybe, coordinate with them, maybe a foot, 18 inches on each of these. That way the letter is all ready to go as like one unit. We're good to go. And then they can just take it out there. So I think that's what we'll do for assembly, post paint, get it all ready, have leashes ready, and then it's going to be pretty straightforward for install. So now when it comes to install, for you, Jonathan, this is what's up. So the pattern's a little different. YJ, what they wanted is they want to make sure that, let's see, let me pop it up. So they want to make sure that there's a distance requirement, and the fact that this is going on to a wall that that has this cap that we're trying to avoid, right? You know that. So, but they'd like to see where the actual brick starts. So this cap is 4.5 inches tall. Where the brick starts, they want to see 5-inch minimum from. They don't want to get too close. Obviously, they don't want to blow it out. So I went ahead and made a pattern as best I could because it's kind of a funky way to do this, having to go from the backside plus all these plates. So the pattern is going to be drawn to where it'll just be this box. Now this box really doesn't mean anything other than this just gives you a top edge. So you'll see where each plate will be and each of the holes will be there. And then you'll just go ahead and take this like edge of this pattern with the drawn part. So the paper will be a little bit bigger, obviously. And then you'll just take that and line that up to the bottom edge of that cap. So there's that cap there, and just line that up. And then that should get you your, I have it right here on the pattern. that'll give you your 5 inches to the center of these holes here. So even if it's down a little bit, that's fine. But you can use this line as your level. So there's that. And then in order to get this centered, because you're going to be on the backside of a wall with some arbitrary letters. So on the pattern, that's what these are for. So this is the width of the I, this is the width of the N. So you can kind of go over here. This is the edge of the O, and then this is the edge of the I. And then you can see where I made a small version of this. I'll go wireframe. So where that center line is on the D is the center line of the pattern. So if you take this big old pattern, the top line is for leveling to the 5 inches to the bottom of the cap. And then you can use this center line as the center line of INDIO. So right there is the letters. And then, like I say, the rest of this big square or rectangle is just sort of whatever. It's just a pattern. So you can ignore that. And then obviously this is where all of your plates are. So use this as your center line because that's the center line of INDIO from the back side. And then get this lined up to the bottom cap, 5 inches from where the brick starts. And then just start drilling all your holes. I got it right here on the pattern though. They want to see 3/8 studs, 2.5 in bed. According to the drawings here. So they want to see that. That's 3/8 right there, 2.5 in bed. So get your Hilti on. But that's how the pattern works. I hope that works. If not, hit me up. I'm going to send it. But if there's something else you want to try, is different. But anyway, that's how that works. You'll have that. And, lay of the land. Yeah. So there's all your parts for the Raceway. Boom, boom, boom. There's that. You got your caps, you got your drill jigs, and you've got 20 of these plates coming at you. So that's that. And then for install, what you saw there, you're going to have these two raceways. And so I think what will happen is, fabrication can give you a leash out. And then what you're going to do is just use that sort of to align it and get it kind of lined up and get it level. Now, where I tried to think ahead, where sometimes I do, where there's no power, I went ahead and put the two self-tappers right there through the actual raceway. But because I didn't want to do that where power was, because obviously you could nick a wire and that could be bad. So I put one mount hole below, and you can shoot through the front of the raceway. And that way, hopefully the wires are like above here. So you can feel free to put a screw below. So you can see where I have this little opening. Let's see, where are they? There you go. So you have this little opening here on the face, will give you access to the back. So if you bring a little, this is only like 3 inches deep, or 2 inches deep. So if you bring a little extender, you can shoot in there. So you can see where, here you can shoot through. This will be on a main mount post there. This will be below power. You can hit that one. And then this one will be on another, So even for this raceway, this like raceway here is only 5 feet. Even with 2 and 2 might be enough. But if you want, you can hit those. Same thing here, just more of the same. Like this is an empty one with no power, so you can hit that one, you can hit that one, you can hit that one. And if you feel necessary, because you can see where all, like from here, there's no support. So if you want to shoot one through here, but that way I'm trying to avoid wires, so that way we don't have a problem. So that's how that'll work. And then you should be able to just slide your covers on, and I think that'll keep everyone happy. I rounded the corners to try to make it safe for anyone walking around back there. Hopefully nobody's back there. So anyway, you can see how that works. So coordinate with fab coordinate with install, but I think that's a good deal. And I think so once you get these studs in there, this should all be one piece. It should be relatively easy for you to line them up. You might have to loosen these up a little bit. That's why I'd like to keep these at 5/8, and then that'll help you get these on, and then you can sort of just tighten everything back up. Or you might find it's easier to take them off. I don't know. So we'll have to coordinate that. So anyway, but I think that's it. I think that's got it all figured out. If you got any questions, hit me up.
Check the technique. Check the technique. See if you can follow it.